Hey guys, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Christine.
And this is This Week in Vegas.
The Ninth Island Connection podcast.
So nice. I just love it. I just love it.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
Yeah, it's a very clever name.
It's straight.
It's what it is.
I'm speechless for the first time probably in my life.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often.
There's nothing to add to it. That's exactly what it is.
Well, welcome to our podcast. If this is your first time here, this is all about what's happening this week in Vegas. News, weather, events, our own experiences here in Vegas as locals who love to staycation in Vegas.
And if this is your first time here, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it really helps us a lot. You're interested in Vegas, you landed on our channel, and that's all that we do, like Christine said. So please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for even more content, we do have a members area. It's about $1.99. We schedule all of our videos out early. So I think right now we have like 5 videos already, some room tours and different things in there that are scheduled that our members get access to first before they go public. And we also have behind the scenes content and interviews from our television show that we cannot make public because of our agreement with the television networks that we air on, because we would be directly competing with them by just putting all the content out. However, we can make it private, and that's where we have it in the members section there. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and join up. If not, that's fine too. Subscribe to our channel. You're gonna love the content.
All right, moving on into the news. Atomic Museum, they have a new exhibit. It's the Miss Atomic Bomb exhibit that's open now.
I love it.
So it'll be all focused on Miss Atomic Bomb.
Mm-hmm. Who was a real person.
Yeah.
If you've ever been down to like Abel Baker, there's a massive mural of her inside there.
I think she's one of the most, like, when you think of the atomic testing here in the desert, she's kind of like the face of that.
Well, because she was like the most famous showgirl at that time when they were doing atomic testing in the desert. And I think it's just such a Vegas thing. Of course, they were having cocktail parties on rooftops with showgirls and smoking cigars and just watching bombs go off in the desert, because Vegas will party. Yeah. Vegas will have a party for just about anything.
That's true, even back then. But the Atomic Museum, if you've never been, it's a really cool place. It's very interactive. It's great for all ages. And it's just really one of those cool things to learn about, like the history of Vegas, you know, like similar to like the Mob Museum and the Neon Museum. I think we've got so many museums here where you learn so much.
The atomic testing was happening as Vegas was kind of growing up. So it was it was intertwined with the Vegas community. It was just part of life here in Vegas. And all of that actually brought a lot of people to Vegas that were working with the atomic bombs, and military and civilians alike. It brought a lot of people to Vegas.
Yeah. The Tournament of Kings, if you're familiar, it's the show that is at Excalibur.
And you eat with your hands.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what's the movie Cable Guy with Jim Carrey?
Yes, that's exactly what it
Broderick,
is.
when they're
that's the experience.
Yeah, that's what it always reminds me of. Anyway, the Tournament of Kings at Excalibur is celebrating 35 years. So I believe this is the longest running dinner show on the Strip. I know that Marriage Can Be Murder is like up there, like 25 years.
Yeah, and that's more dinner theater.
Yeah.
This is different.
Yeah. Although, you know, we've seen the show before.
I thought it was fun.
It was entertaining. It was cool. It was a fun experience to see once. The food, I don't know. The food is whatever.
I thought it was all part of the theme and the experience.
It is, but I'm not a eat with my hands, like pick up a big old Cornish game hen.
Well, you tear it apart.
I know. But that's just not my thing. But it would be really fun for kids to go see.
Absolutely.
I think, so.
Absolutely.
But congratulations on 35 years.
So you guys may know there's a Netflix, what is it? Netflix and Bite?
Netflix, I don't know, something like that.
That's over at MGM, and it's like Stranger Things, Oreos, and different things. We haven't been yet. That's not really our thing. We did walk by it.
Yeah, it looked cool.
And we saw it. It looked cool, but it's just not our thing, so we didn't go inside and try it. But apparently, They must be killing it over there because Netflix is building a 100,000 square foot retail and entertainment venue that's going to feature games, themed food, merchandise related to popular shows on Netflix, and Stranger Things. But it is a massive venue, so we're not going to see that to sometime in 2027. They haven't even really announced a location yet, just the size. So it's definitely not going to be on the Strip. Maybe it'll be over there by the Boulevard, right on that corner.
I thought that was going to be a casino.
Is it?
That's the rumor I heard, that right next to Boulevard on that corner was going to be a casino.
Because they'd want it to be close to capture the tourist in that Strip corridor. Maybe Area 15?
It could be. It would be probably a good fit over there. But yeah, I didn't see anything of where it's going to be.
Just the size, but something that big.
That it's coming.
Yeah. That's huge. And of course, we'll keep you guys posted right here.
All right. Moving on from news into jackpots. I'm just going to, we always kind of work our way to the big ones. I'm going to start big. Over at Venetian, someone won $1.14 million on, what do you think they were playing?
Your favorite game. There's a lot of favorites, but there's a favorite.
Dragon Link. Everybody's been winning on Dragon Link lately.
Except for us.
Except for us. That is a fact. Facts right there, folks. We are not winning on Dragon Link. But
we keep trying.
Well,
because we're triers.
Yeah,
we have to keep trying.
That keeps me encouraged.
Moving off the Strip over to Palms, which we love, and we do talk about them a lot. It's such a nice property. Mm-hmm. Somebody was playing Wheel of Fortune over there and won $25,000.
Nice.
That's not a bad day, because entry level, I think it's like $1.25 a spin on there, unless you want to do the 7 symbols, the gold spins, and you get into that stuff right there, the extra bonuses. But that's not a bad day at the office.
No, not at all. Not at all. Also slightly off Strip at Palace Station, somebody won $19,000, and guess what they were playing? Dragon Link. That is a sign, folks. Play Dragon Link.
Yes, please play. So there's more coin in, and we'll have a shot. Let's head on out into Henderson. This is another Boyd property. It's actually named after Sam Boyd. It's Sam's Town. If you guys haven't been there, it's a really cool spot.
Yeah, it's actually, it's technically Las Vegas. It's close to
that's right. It's right by the "Thank you for coming"
border
sign on Boulder Highway. That's right.
Yeah, but it's a cute property.
It's a really nice property.
Yeah, I like that, the little water show, and the hotel rooms are kind of
facing into
the water show, and it's a town. It's Sam's Town.
Well, I love that little bar. They have a great happy hour right in the center of the hotel part.
Yeah.
All the restaurants are all around it right there, like kind of open into like a courtyard type feel.
And they have like tons of bowling.
Oh, yeah. They have like bowling. It's like Kingpin would be there at Sam's Town.
We just went off on a tangent. Sorry, guys. Back to the jackpot.
That's my thing, is the tangents. I'm the tangent rant guy.
Well, you got on it. You were on it. You were there with me.
It's such a cool property. It's not far from us, and we really enjoyed that property. So somebody was playing Texas Hold'em over there. They got a royal flush. On their hand, they only won $7,000. I say only $7,000.
I know, right?
Somebody wants to send me $7,000. I'll be happy to take it off your hands.
Right?
If you're like, it's only $7,000. That's a good amount. Good day. They played all the little side bets and wound up totaling $33,000 on that one hand. Nice. So that's one of those hands. I guess you play for the bonus. I've never played Texas Hold'em.
Me either.
But I guess people play for the side bets for all these extra bonuses.
Well, it sounds like that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Sounds like an expensive game, though, if you're not winning on the side bets.
I don't know what they are. I've never played before.
That's true.
If you guys know, please let us know in the comments below.
All right. Moving out into Henderson. Green Valley Ranch. We've talked about Green Valley Ranch. It's a Stations property. Beautiful casino, beautiful area. The district is there with all the retail and dining options out there. Just really
it's a really nice area.
Nice area. Nice casino. somebody won $27,420 on Rich Little Piggies World Class. That's the new Rich Little Piggies.
Interesting.
With the one with like the wheel kind of behind it.
Nice.
So
I've never played that game.
I never have. I played Rich Little Piggies
popular,
before, and I hate it. Like I never win on it.
They're all pigs.
Yes.
They're all pigs.
Yes, but that one's extra piggy. But so very cool. And then last but not least, also another station's property.
Oh, Sunset Station, my favorite game. 3 big hands on Pai Gow. Somebody won $16,000, then $83,000, and then $417,000.
Wow.
3 different people. It wasn't the same person. After the second one, they'd probably be like, I think you need to take a break from the tables, guy.
Yeah.
If it was the same person. 3 different people. I mean, that's just amazing. I love Pai Gow. It's my favorite card game. And I tell you guys all the time because I don't have to do any thinking. And I play late night. So I don't want to have to do any thinking. I just want to relax, chat with people at the table, and enjoy myself.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll have enough money to continue with the renovations that they're doing over there after all these big wins.
Absolutely. Well, it's a station property.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Station, if you're not familiar, Station owns Palos Station that we talked about earlier, Green Valley Ranch, Sunset Station, Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa out in Summerlin, and Durango. Did I miss any?
No, the Durango property is beautiful.
Yeah, Durango is actually not that far from this trip, and totally it's kind of in the opposite direction of where Sunset Station is. But it's worth jumping in a Lyft or Uber and heading out there for the food alone.
Well, I was really surprised by all of the natural light coming into the casino, because you're used to going into casinos and there's no windows. Mm-hmm. They have windows, like floor to ceiling windows with natural light coming into the casino. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and they have great dining out there. They have Ipono. If you follow Ipono on social media, it's always entertaining. But great food. Chef Jean is like the
very
food out
talented.
there. Yeah, very talented chef. Great food out there. And they're actually doing, I think I saw somewhere, they're doing like an Aloha Friday thing during the summers at their pool. Yep. On every Friday. Yep. So that's something.
It's the Bel Air pool over there at Durango, which is absolutely beautiful also.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely worth checking the property out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. So we recently stayed at Flamingo and had an amazing time. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you, Constance. We met in the elevator. Thank you so much for saying hello when I was coming up with Carlos. We appreciate your support. I know that you've been a subscriber for years and supporter of our channel. We really appreciate you, and thank you so much for saying hello.
It's crazy because this is one of our favorite properties to stay at, and we always are there. We spend so much time at the Flamingo, but this was actually our first stay of 2025. Mm-hmm. We've just been staying at other places, and
well, we've been trying to mix it up a little bit and stay at some of the properties that we typically don't stay at, like the Cal, to get that downtown experience. The Cromwell, because it's going to flip to Vanderpump at some point, and we really like it. So we've just kind of been spreading ourselves out a little bit. Yeah. But it was great to be back.
It was. Nothing's changed. The rooms are the same. We stayed in a One King Habitat room, but it was in the spa tower, right? Which was great because you kind of have, for us driving in, it's easier for us to stay in the spa tower. And it's easier because it's close to self-parking. Yeah, and it's closer to the dog relief area for Carlos, which their dog relief area is kind of, if you're
Mr. Piffle's Magical Wonderland.
It's really cute. I know that sounds weird because we're talking about a place where dogs go to the bathroom. But they made this little park, and they have all this like Mr. Piffles memorabilia, and there are all these pictures of Piff and Mr. Piffles.
Old magazine covers. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's really cute. So I mean, even if you don't have a dog, if you're just into Piff and Mr. Piffles, that's kind of a cool attraction to go check out.
Yeah, and it's very well maintained. I
just called the dog relief area an attraction.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know that people are going to go hang out in the pet relief area, but I mean, maybe some people will. But I will tell you that one of the things that we really like about it It said it's very clean. It's very well maintained.
Yes.
It doesn't
there's
smell.
shade.
It's shade. There's real trees there. So it's not a terrible experience if you wanted to just go see what it is.
But anyways, yeah, our room was typical habitat style room. It was nice. No issues. I know sometimes the Flamingo gets kind of crapped on a little bit.
Flamingo gets it.
And I'm not seeing it. And as many times as we stayed there, and we've had some weird rooms, but I've never stayed in a room that was dirty.
No.
I wouldn't stay in a room that was dirty.
Anywhere, at any property.
Yeah.
It was really nice. They maintain their rooms.
They're just older.
It's just old. It's the oldest property on the strip.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get what you pay for. You cannot beat the location, and it's always a great time. Yeah.
The casino's always fun. It was fairly busy. I feel like we've been in the casino there like 3 weeks in a row. And each time we've been there, we
can't stay out.
I know that sounds
we
like
can't stay out of the Flamingo Casino.
I know it sounds like we got some problems there.
You have to see someone.
But it's been busier each time we've been there.
Yes, it definitely has been.
So I mean, it was really busy. I was kind of like, I get off my game. I have my slot machines.
But you do have too many favorites.
I do have too many favorites.
Too many favorites. You have to narrow that list down.
But yeah, it was. I mean, I don't need to go back to the casino. Our last day, we've been talking in our last few podcasts about getting free play on the last day and taking that free play and winning on it. Not like jackpots, but winning like a decent amount of money back.
A couple $100.
On free money. Anytime you win money off of free money, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was not the case. Caesars got some of their money back.
We used $50 of free play.
Yeah.
And did not get anything back.
No.
Nothing back.
No.
We were that $50 free play.
We were chasing a jackpot and we did not get it. And of course it was Mo Mummy.
Mo Mummy. Yeah. Yeah. 3 Mo's.
3 Mo's. It's got to be 3 Mo's.
It was still fun though. And you know what? When they say play responsibly, they mean it. It's entertainment. We had a fun time. We had some free play on our last day there and we just didn't win. Still had a fun time though.
Yeah. And if you haven't been to the Flamingo in a while, they've completely revamped their dining. Margaritaville's gone, but Gordon Ramsay Burger is open. That took over the Bird Bar, unfortunately. Yeah. I loved the Bird Bar, but now it's Gordon Ramsay Burger, just like at Planet Hollywood. There's the Cuban restaurant, Havana.
Yep, Havana 1957.
Yeah, which is
and they have that little coffee shop right next to it.
Yeah. And there was a lot of people there when we checked in.
Mm-hmm. It was busy. Flamingo was busy.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like surprised to see all the people hanging out at the little
the bar. Yeah, the mojito bar that they have there.
Yeah. So I mean that, and then the Pinkies, Vanderpump. Yeah. Just some new additions. So that I don't feel like really fit the Flamingo, but I mean, at least they're trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's a little like spendy, but I mean, that's Vegas, I guess.
That's everything across down the strip. Yeah. I feel like Flamingo could have put in like 5 more Carlos and Charlies and they would all be busy.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a vibe.
Well, it has the indoor outdoor. I mean, Gordon Ramsay has the outdoor, but it's just not the same. It's not like.
No, it just, I don't know. It just kind of doesn't fit what we think of when we think Flamingo. Like when I heard that they were putting a Vanderpump, I was like, what? Who is going to Flamingo to go to Vanderpump? Sure, Caesar's Palace, Paris, absolutely. I was like, really? I feel like it's a different crowd. And now I'm not saying that people that stay at Flamingo can't afford Vanderpump. I'm not saying that by any means. It's just a different vibe.
Yeah.
Than the Flamingo crowd.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really odd fit. I still think it is, but what it is.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Right. But it was just nice to be there. Like I said, it was busy, even like in the habitat area when it was hot. Like people still want to check out the flamingos, even though it's like super hot out there. But I'm those people too. I always like
how did you know there were people out there? Because you were out there too.
Because I always like to say hi to the flamingos when I am staying at the Flamingo. But of course, we did check out Harrah's and the Link, which were slower. They weren't as busy
was kind of like an energy drain.
which is surprising.
It was like a
usually,
vibe killer in Harrah's. We went in there and we walked around a little bit, and I was like, let's get out of here. This is just like, there's no energy. There's no energy. Like, nobody's having fun.
Yeah, and normally it's pretty busy in there. So that was kind of a surprise to see. And then the link is typically slower than the other.
During the day.
Yeah.
At night is when the casino floor really comes to life.
Yeah. And then, of course, we went over across the street to Caesar's Palace.
Which was very busy.
Yeah, Caesar's Palace was busy.
Very, very busy.
Yeah, and we saw kind of when we were walking over there that there's construction out front of Caesar's, and that's, I'm guessing, where they're going to put that pool complex that they were going to put.
Day
club,
party club thing that they're doing out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they broke ground. Like, they're tearing that whole part up.
Well, it's just a big pile of dirt.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they're doing something there.
We'll see. Maybe by next pool season.
Yep.
But of course, we had to pop into Beijing Noodle 9 while we were at Caesar's. We just can't stay away from that spot.
It's so good.
It is. But we had our anniversary credit for.
For a diamond, not wedding or anything else.
Yeah, we weren't celebrating.
So because of our status, every year we get a $100 dining credit that you can use at several of the Caesars properties. Actually, any Caesars property, they have a list at the rewards desk. And I actually made a short that you can just reference for where you can use those tier credits.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, they give you a big list, but we always end up going to Beijing Noodle 9 because it's just, I don't know, we love the food and it just seems worth the price. Like all the places on that list are really expensive.
Yeah.
And
well, Beijing is spendy.
Yeah.
It's spendy, but I feel like the quality and the quantity, along with the fantastic service that we've always had there, make it like I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah.
We've eaten at places before where we felt like we got ripped off.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe we just spent that for that. Beijing is not that experience, even though it is a little spendy. But I always feel like, wow, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Totally worth.
And we always have leftovers.
Yes.
From there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe we wouldn't be creatures of habit if we didn't have that fear of being ripped off by other places.
Because we have been.
Yes. So you guys, if you're get a Caesar's Diamond or just eat at the different Caesar's restaurants, tell us what places are great, what places to avoid. Because, we're not dipping our toes into other places. And at some point we should.
Well, we've found so many spots that we like.
Mm-hmm.
Why go do something else?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But anyway,
we'll see.
If you guys have suggestions, let us know in the comments.
And of course, you know us. Christine just said we're creatures of habit. We hung out in the Link Promenade because we love it.
Yes.
It's just such a vibe.
Well, there's not really any fun people watching spots left. We used to like the Bird Bar for that, and now the Link Promenade is kind of like took that place for people.
But I mean, it's high energy. There's music. There's plenty of dining with outdoor seating options. Just kind of feels like in the Link Promenade, everybody's like having a great time.
Yeah.
And that's attractive. Like, you want to be a part of that. Like, everyone's having so much fun. I want to have fun too. Let's go there.
Yeah. And it was like it was the week before. It was busy in the Link Promenade in the evenings. Definitely not in the daytime,
not during the day.
Because it was too hot. But in the evenings, it was really busy, a lot of fun. We ended up down at Venetian, that food hall we talked in our last podcast about, or two podcasts ago, of Via Food Hall, which was awesome. It's so nice.
It's really nice.
It's a really nice, it was hard to pick what to eat, but
I love that there's no Saboros, there's no Nathans, there's no Johnny
It's not a food. That's food court. Whether they slap a food
Well,
hall
they
label
call
on
them
that.
food halls.
They're not.
And
that's
you walk in and there's Nathan's hot dogs and Saboros.
Yeah, that's
all they need is an orange Julius. It would be back in 1995.
That's a food court. Changed my mind. But this was a food hall. It's awesome because it's right off the casino floor.
When you kind of go in, and if you come in off of Las Vegas Boulevard and you go down the escalators to go down into the casino, just go over to the right, and it's right there off the casino floor.
Which is great because the Venetian is so big and the Grand Canal shops are so big that sometimes when you're in there, you feel like you're really getting your steps in because you're trying to find something and it's like way on the opposite side, 15 minutes away, it feels like.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that it was right there.
Absolutely.
Because we had done a lot of walking, so I didn't, care to do too much more. Although I could have probably done more walking because we decided to eat at Turkey and the Wolf, and we ordered a fried bologna sandwich, which
is like this big.
It was ridiculous. It was so good.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I would go back and get that again.
And we got a little bit of hate. People said, why would you order a bologna sandwich? You can eat that at home.
I don't even know how to make a bologna sandwich.
We don't eat bologna at home. And it's phenomenal. Yeah. That's why we ate it. Yeah, it's just delicious.
Yeah, I wouldn't be making that at home.
No, the bread is like this thick. Like you have to bake your own loaf of bread. It's like that thick.
Yeah.
It was just, all of it was delicious.
It's fantastic. It's huge. It's definitely a shareable sandwich.
Oh, for sure.
Out there.
Yeah.
And then we also ventured over to Ellis Island to the front yard. If you've never been there, that's a really cool place. Especially if you're into sports, there's TVs everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But they have a really good menu. We just kind of got like some snacks over there.
Yep.
But we actually went there for a meeting because we are doing soon to come, stay tuned, a partnership with Ellis Island.
For you guys.
Yes.
For all of you guys. So stay tuned on that. It's going to be exciting.
That's pretty much summing up our stay, our experience. Again, people are saying Vegas is dead. It's not. It's busy. We checked in on a Sunday and we ended up having to park on the 5th floor of the parking lot.
Which we've never done before.
No, and
Never done.
Then we had to leave to drive over to Ellis Island on Monday, and we couldn't find parking. We had to park on the 6th floor, like almost out into the sunshine. So tell me.
That's never happened.
No, and
ever.
That's on a Monday. So Vegas is, I'm sure the tourism numbers are down, but the drive-in traffic
is up
because there were a lot of Nevada and California and Arizona plates in there. People are just driving in and taking advantage of the lower rates, which are during the week.
So you save money by not flying.
Yeah.
Save money by not flying, and if you're carpooling, people chip in for gas or whatever. And then there's deals all over town for room rates, no resort fees, free parking, all kinds of deals. So I think people are just taking that flight budget and just reallocating it because they're still coming to Vegas.
Yeah. It was
a lot.
It was not a ghost town by any means. I wish it was when we had to park on the 6th floor because I hate Flamingo's parking lot anyway. But if you know, you know.
Yes. Yep.
But anyways, moving on to weather. Again, hot. But this is what you can expect this week in Vegas when it comes to the weather. Again, slight cool down in the evenings, give a little bit of relief, but make sure you're bringing that sunscreen, that chapstick, and stay hydrated. Water, not those slushy drinks.
Well, have the slushy drinks, but remember to drink water as well, because it's north of 100 every single day, and there's not a lot of shade on the strip when you're cruising up and down Las Vegas Boulevard. There's just not a lot of relief from the sun.
And I know water is expensive in those little stores inside of the casinos, but there's Walgreens, CVS, ABC store, and even if you order a drink from the cocktail server, you can get a little water too.
Ask for water. They'll bring you a little bottle.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the events happening. Of course, this is the week of 4th of July, so we have to start with the fireworks. That's going to be at Caesar's Palace and then the Plaza at 9 p.m. Both of them, Plaza, Caesar's Palace, 9 p.m. on 4th of July. And then Stations Casinos, which are off-strip, they do have fireworks as well. Just hit up their websites. You'll find all the details there.
And then moving into music, we've got New Kids on the Block back again at Dolby Live at Park MGM. That's going to be on the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th.
So the weekend is going to be here at Allegiant Stadium, and that's going to be on July 4th and then on the 5th. And I feel like, I kind of felt bad about talking about Shakira being at Allegiant Stadium, but like the weekend at Allegiant Stadium, absolutely.
Makes sense.
Massive artist.
That needs 2 nights.
So that's going to be huge.
Yes, for sure. And then Kelly Clarkson is back at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. She's going to be there also on the 4th and the 5th.
Tracy Morgan, who we've seen live in Vegas, and it's just an absolutely hilarious show. He's so talented. He's going to be over at the Westgate on July 5th.
And Chelsea Handler is back at the Chelsea Theater inside the Cosmopolitan, and that is going to be on the 5th as well.
She comes here often.
Yeah, she does. She kind of has like a comedy residency at
Not every week, but it's like every few weeks or so, I feel like we're talking about her coming back to town.
Yeah.
So if you don't get to see her this time, she'll be back. She's always back. And then the Las Vegas Aviators are going to be at home at the Las Vegas Ballpark. That's out there by Red Rock Casino in Summerlin, right by downtown Summerlin. And they're going to be at home the 1st through the 3rd.
All right. That's what's happening this week in Vegas, guys. And this is all in addition to the regular Vegas shows. So don't sleep on those. There's a lot of great, talented musicians, comedians, circus performers, etc.
Professional clowns.
Yes. So there's so
much talent in this city.
Yes. And these shows are great, and they're way more affordable than a lot of the concerts and sporting events here. So definitely consider adding those to your list because they are small businesses.
Just like us.
Yep. But wherever you plan on attending an event, make sure you stay up to date on the policies of that venue as well as that artist, and just stay up to date, period, because things in Vegas can get canceled last minute.
Yep. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this one. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. You're interested in Vegas. You watched this entire video, which thank you so much. We appreciate it. You might as well go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Ninth Island Connection highlights Las Vegas businesses, entertainment, events, and activities on and off the Strip, keeping our viewers connected with the Ninth Island of Las Vegas. From local mom and pop restaurants to those owned and operated by top chefs, from kitchen action to the inspiration behind the dishes, we deliver the culinary creations of Vegas. From Las Vegas entertainers and athletes to all of the exciting activities and experiences around the Vegas Valley, we keep our viewers connected with all of the excitement that the entertainment capital of the world has to offer. Of course, we can't forget about the casinos that make Vegas, Vegas, with exclusive tours of the incredible amenities and beautiful accommodations, getting right in the heart of the casino floor action and entertainment, as well as interviews with casino owners, CEOs, GMs, and executive chefs. We bring the Las Vegas Casino into our viewers' homes. Highlighting lesser-known areas like the Fremont East District, the Arts District, and Brewery Row, we bring attention to these small businesses that have become fast favorites in the local community. We bring our viewers a complete Vegas experience. We also invite our viewers along as we venture into the great outdoors of the Las Vegas Valley, sharing short road trips, hikes, and the unique sights found in the Mojave Desert. Great people, great stories, great connections, only on Ninth Island Connection.